All right. It's the Justin and Savvy
Savvy
show.
Show.
So this is
November 6th,
November 6th
2020, day 2.
of STIMS. And I just washed my hands. Should I do the opposite side this time or should I keep going?
You should do the opposite.
Okay. So I'm just going to lower this just a bit. Stand back. All right.
Want to take the cap off?
Sure, take the cap off. Switch. All right. It's time to do this again. And what is this exactly again, Justin?
What do you mean? What is it? It's Follistim and it's Menopur.
Yeah, but what are the units?
It's 300 units of Follistim, 225 units of Menopur. So it's a lot.
Okay, did it.
We're all set.
And it hurts. Sometimes it just really. Sometimes it burns more than others.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Okay.
I'll get it out. I don't know if I'm just used to that. Why are you getting away from camera?
I'll put this in the trash too.
Why are you getting away?
I'm here.
But, and of course, no one can see you because you're so tall. There you go, Justin. Okay, so this is our IVF journey number 4. Our house burnt down 2 weeks and was
2 days?
2 days ago, and tomorrow we have to
Go and clean out the house.
kind of clean it up. I mean, we can't be there too long because it is a lot of smoke damage and everything. And get the garage. We have a 3-car garage, and get that kind of cleaned out so that way they can start doing the demoing and everything. So something that maybe we didn't make very clear yesterday, being that this is number 4 and Justin's sperm is frozen because of being born
without a vas deferens.
Yeah, he is a carrier for cystic fibrosis, so that means he doesn't have a vas deferens. And he had to have surgery, and if you can imagine it, that's basically what it was, to extract it. And this time around, because we got such really awful, devastating results of no fertilization at all, the doctor is going to literally unfreeze the last of the sperm that we have and pick out, allegedly, even though I already thought they picked out the best ones, but they're really gonna pick out the best ones this time. I don't know. And try to fertilize them that way. The problem is just like a meal. Every time you reheat and freeze, the effectiveness is
diminished.
So basically, what we were told is that unless Justin if this doesn't work and Justin, he would have to get surgery all over again for us to have
more shots at
IVF again. There's a lot riding on this particular cycle, and I have to say my mental stability, my mental health is definitely declining. Living with my mom, it's not like she's bad or anything, but it's not easy. It's not easy being somewhere, you know it's temporary, but not knowing when you can go home back to normal on top of COVID, which our state, we live in Illinois, the governor again
to lock everything down.
Shut everything down again. I'm a bilingual special ed 7th and 8th grade teacher. I'm having a hard time getting through to my students just because, online learning is really challenging, and then having your home burned down with all your equipment is really hard. Trying to stay positive that it's going to work, because we technically were successful the last 2 times, but we've only have gotten one
every cycle
embryo every cycle we've done this. And the problem is, it's not that we're trying to be greedy and be like, oh, poor us. No, because I know some people out there haven't gotten one embryo, but it's like, this is not cheap. This is expensive. Our insurance right now is maximized. And we would like to have, I always pictured 3-4 kids, and don't act surprised you know this. And now, even though we have 2, let's just say 1 miscarries, because statistically that's just a probability of it happening. Not that I wouldn't be grateful with just 1 child, but if there's a possibility right now that I go through this again and we go through this again, that we could have more than 1, maybe 3, maybe whatever, God really gives us, then I have to take that chance. We have to take that chance. But it's like, there's hard, and then hard moments of this, and then there's happy moments of this. But I think basically the unknown is the scariest, and no, life would not be exciting if we had all the answers, but so many outliers is overwhelming. And I'm only human, Justin's only human, and we're doing the best we can. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching our journey. This is something important to me to share, because there is such a stigma with IVF, especially when it comes to male infertility. A lot of people have said some pretty cruel things, but one of the things someone recently said to me was, I wish I could just carry them for you. And it's like, I have to take a second and hold back, because my first instinct is to throw fists. For real. I'm a fist thrower, right? It's the truth. I'm a fist thrower. Hit now, ask questions later. It's like, no, it's not. And it's like, you don't want to be like, it's not me. But at the same time, it's when you go through infertility, it's those comments, especially because we do have male factor. I get weird responses, and I want to break just a little bit of that stigma. Everyone's different. just because your next door neighbor had success with IVF doesn't mean your cousin will. And honestly, we don't want to hear it. Like, we want to hear that you're successful, don't get me wrong, but it's not helpful to really like compare cases unless they are very similar, because Justin and my situation is really unusual, being born without a vas deferens, compared to someone who may be in their later 40s trying to conceive through IVF. Totally different. Or if you have endometriosis or something else. And they're all painful, and it's all very sensitive. And I just think it's important to just kind of shine light on our journey. I mean, this is number 4. And, you know, the first time, if you look back at videos, I was kind of cocky about it. I really thought it was wham bam done. I'll have all my babies the first round and I'll be pregnant by August. My doctor said by August you should be pregnant. And I was already like in my mind calculating what their zodiac sign was going to be and and walking around thinking, because I was turning 29, that was my golden birthday this year, thinking, oh, I wonder if I'll be able to drink on
your birthday?
my birthday, or will I be pregnant? I didn't drink anyway, but I certainly wasn't pregnant. And it's just, not that I'm against drinking or anything, but people oversimplify, doctors oversimplify, expect the unexpected, and people will say, you stay hopeful, and it's like, obviously, we would be doing this number 4
if we weren't hopeful.
Didn't have a smidge of hope, unless, you know, we just like to go through pain. But we also have to remember we're not entitled people. Just because someone down the street has a baby doesn't mean that we should also, because we're not entitled. But it hurts. This is first videos I made. I was feeling cocky, confident, and this number 4, I'm on the verge of tears. Not because I have fear that it's not going to work. It's just, and maybe it is. Like, it's hard. This is hard. And Justin and I have, with the fire that we had at our house, have lost a lot. And we had a conversation in the car together, and I said, what's worse, finding out that IVF did not work at all, or finding out your home is gone for a minimum of 6 months? And we both agreed we would take the house being burnt down any day. So, I mean, what does that tell you? So, I mean, and we're not like millionaires going, oh, hey, we're just going to stay at the Hamptons, like our second home. No, we're with my mother. And don't you worry, insurance is paying her rent, you know, but like paying her rent for us, like they own their home. But, you know, it's just, I mean, we would sacrifice literally anything if that meant, well, almost anything, because I mean, I wouldn't sacrifice you or, you know, whatever, but like, we would sacrifice almost anything just for it to be successful and work and have that shot. So thank you again for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for day number 3.
Right. Bye, everybody.